Look at how fiercely you protect what is yours. If a stranger walked up to you on the street today and demanded the keys to your house, you would fight them. If someone tried to drain your bank account, you would call the police. You would feel violated, and you would guard your hard-earned money with your very life. You treat your material possessions like a fortress. You build walls, you install alarms, and you lock your doors. And yet, look at how you treat your time. Every single morning, the moment you open your eyes, you throw open the gates of your mind and allow anyone and anything to walk inside and rob you blind. You let nameless strangers on social media steal your attention. You let superficial dramas drain your emotional energy. You let toxic relationships, corporate algorithms, and meaningless anxieties plunder your hours, your days, and your years. And the most tragic part? You give it all away completely for free. You would never give your money to a stranger, but you hand over your life to anyone who asks for it. We guard our wealth like hawks, but when it comes to the only asset we can never buy back, we are shockingly, terribly wasteful. 2,000 years ago, the Roman Stoic philosopher Seneca looked at the bustling streets of Rome and diagnosed humanity with this exact same fatal illness. He wrote a warning that didn't just belong to antiquity, but echoes straight into our digital world today. He said, "It is not that we have a short time to live, but that we waste a lot of it." Welcome back to Nova Aura Mind. Tonight, we are going to strip away the grand illusion of your modern comfort. We are going to dismantle the dangerous, seductive lie that you have plenty of time, and we will explore Seneca's brutal blueprint on how to reclaim your existence before your clock runs out permanently. Listen closely to the quiet promises you make to yourself in the dark. You say, "When I reach my 30s, I will finally seek peace." You say, "When I secure that promotion, when I buy that house, when I retire at 50 or 60, then I will finally study philosophy. Then I will look inward. Then I will actually start to live." How deeply, staggeringly arrogant is the human ego. What cosmic guarantee do you hold in your hands that the universe will respect your petty, convenient schedule? Who gave you permission to assume that the fragile thread of your breath will continue until your retirement papers are signed? You are bartering with a future that does not exist, using a currency you cannot afford to lose. Seneca delivers a sharp, cold slap to this human ignorance. He asks, "Are you not ashamed to reserve for yourself only the remnants of your life, and to dedicate to wisdom only that time which cannot be directed to any other business? How late it is to begin to live, just when we must cease to live." Think about the sheer, terrifying absurdity of the modern blueprint for human existence. We spend our youth, the absolute peak of our physical strength, our mental vitality, and our creative passion, running like cogs inside a giant corporate machine. We trade our soul, our mornings, and our health for numbers on a digital screen. And we promise ourselves that we will finally experience freedom when we are old, fragile, tired, and gray. You are burying your true self alive in the backyard of capitalism, desperately hoping that a ghost will dig you out 4 decades from now. The modern world wants you to delay your awakening. It thrives on your deferred living. It needs you to stay under social hypnosis, believing that life is a commodity you purchase in the future. But the Stoic knows the brutal truth. The future is nothing but an unwritten shadow, a projection of fear and hope. The only real kingdom you possess is the raw, burning present. To delay your life is to commit slow, silent, daily suicide. Every time you utter the word tomorrow, you are signing away a portion of your sovereignty to a master that may never arrive at all. There is a profound, cosmic difference between living a long life and merely existing for a long time. Seneca drew a razor-sharp distinction between the living and the busy. In our modern culture, we have elevated busyness into a religion. We wear our exhaustion like a badge of honor. We brag to our friends about our packed calendars, our endless emails, our infinite notifications, and our chaotic social obligations. We run frantically from meeting to meeting, from screen to screen, from one shallow distraction to another, utterly terrified of what might happen if the noise stops. But let us be honest with ourselves tonight. This frantic rushing is not living. It is a desperate, subconscious flight from your own soul. You keep yourself busy because you are terrified of the silence. You are terrified of sitting in a quiet room alone at 3 a.m. with your own mind, because you know that in that absolute stillness, the grand illusion will crack open. The masks will fall away. You will be forced to look into the mirror and face the terrifying reality that you are a stranger to yourself. You are living a life designed by society, chasing goals suggested by advertisements, and thinking thoughts programmed by media. Seneca described this tragedy perfectly. They are preoccupied, and life rushes past them while they are looking elsewhere. He used a beautiful, haunting metaphor to illustrate this. Imagine a man who boards a ship. The moment the vessel leaves the harbor, a violent storm erupts. The winds howl, the sky turns pitch black, and the waves smash against the wood. The ship is tossed blindly in furious circles, driven by opposing gales, never leaving the same small patch of ocean. When the storm finally clears, the man staggers back onto the dock with white hair, a broken spine, and a ruined body. Would you look at that man and say he had a long, magnificent voyage? No, absolutely not. He did not travel. He was just tossed around a lot by the sea. Look closely at your own life. Many of you are that ship. You are not living a long, purposeful voyage. You are simply being violently tossed around by the external demands of a superficial society. You are a passenger in your own body, allowing the random currents of cultural trends, office politics, and social expectations to dictate your ultimate direction. You are old in years, but you are still an infant in true wisdom. You have accumulated days, but you have not accumulated life. So, how do we break the spell? How do we stop the invisible internal bleeding of our existence? It does not require a grand, dramatic revolution. It begins with an absolute, ruthless boundary setting. You must build an inner citadel around your remaining time, just as ancient kings built massive stone walls around their palaces to guard against invaders. You must learn, internalize, and deploy the most sacred, powerful word in the entire human vocabulary, the word no. You must say no to shallow conversations that drain your energetic frequency. You must say no to fake friendships that exist solely for vanity and social status. You must say no to digital distractions that are engineered by psychological experts to harvest your attention for profit. Every time you say yes to something meaningless, you are saying no to your own soul. Seneca noted a beautiful truth. The only people who can truly be said to live are those who make themselves available to wisdom. They do not just guard their own years. They annex the wisdom of all human history into their own consciousness. When you read the ancient texts, when you contemplate the nature of the cosmos, when you master your own mind in the quiet of the night, you are stepping out of your tiny, linear lifespan. You are absorbing the thoughts of the greatest minds who ever walked this earth. You stand on the shoulders of giants, and suddenly, your short life becomes immense, deep, and unshakable. Look down at your hands right now. Look at the room around you. Listen to the sound of this voice. This very second is dying as I speak to you. You will never ever get this minute back. It has been delivered into the eternal, unyielding void of the past. The past no longer belongs to you. It belongs to death. The future does not belong to you. It belongs to uncertainty. This exact moment, this heartbeat, this breath, is your only true playground. Stop treating your life like an infinite bank account that will never run dry. Start treating it like a precious, beautiful, melting candle in a windy room. Protect the flame. Guard the quiet. When you reclaim your hours, you reclaim your mind. You cease to be a spiritual beggar begging society for validation, and you become the undisputed sovereign ruler of your own temporal kingdom. Do not allow the world to steal you from yourself. Let the masses run after illusions if they choose to. Let them drown in their frantic, meaningless busyness. Let them waste their sacred years away in the deep slumber of social hypnosis. But you must choose a different path. You must step out of the roaring crowd. You must stand tall in your sacred solitude and make every single breath count. You are part of the Nova Aura. We are a digital tribe, a silent brotherhood of solitary fortresses, burning brightly like beacons in the pitch-black night. We know the absolute terrifying value of the quiet night, and we know that our time on this earth is a sacred, temporary spark in a dark, infinite cosmos. Thank you for guarding your time tonight and sitting by our sacred fire. If this voice woke you up from the modern slumber, if it shook your soul and made you look at your life clearly, subscribe to Nova Aura Mind. Leave a comment below with the word present to let the other silent watchers know you are reclaiming your sovereignty tonight. Until our paths cross again in the shadows of wisdom, stay mindful, stay wise.